Welcome to Monument Valley, one of the most iconic and majestic landscapes in the American Southwest. In the rest of this video, we'll embark on a peaceful drive through this breathtaking land of towering buttes, vast desert plains, and ancient Navajo traditions. Whether you're here for the stunning scenery, to learn about the valley's rich cultural history, or just to relax, this journey promises a deeper connection with the natural world. Monument Valley straddles the Arizona-Utah border and is located on Navajo Nation land. The valley has been a sacred site for the Navajo people for centuries, and more recently, a beloved filming location for Hollywood westerns. Today, as we drive through this timeless landscape, I'll share with you some of its history, geological wonders, and personal stories that make this place unforgettable. As we approach the West Mitten Butte, you'll immediately recognize it as one of Monument Valley's most iconic formations. These towering buttes stand like ancient guardians, watching over the valley. When you see them in person, their massive size is overwhelming. Stretching 1,000 feet into the sky, these formations dwarf everything around them. On my first visit here, I was struck by the silence and the sense of timelessness that fills this space. It's as if these rock formations have witnessed the passage of time without change, standing still as everything around them evolves. One Navajo guide I met explained that the Mitten Buttes represent the hands of the earth, always outstretched to protect the people and the land. This story stayed with me and adds a layer of meaning to these monumental formations. Every time I return, I take a few minutes to just sit and take in the view. These buttes, with their flat-topped mesas and sharp cliffs, are a reminder of nature's strength and endurance. We're now approaching the Three Sisters Formation, which consists of three slender spires rising from the desert floor. According to Navajo legend, the Three Sisters represent three Catholic nuns who came to the region to teach the Navajo people. It's just one example of how different cultures have intersected here, blending traditional Navajo stories with the influence of European settlers. I've always been drawn to places like this, where culture, history, and nature come together. It reminds me of how diverse the American Southwest is, rich in Native American heritage, while also deeply influenced by Western expansion and the people who have called this land home. The stories behind formations like the Three Sisters are a reminder that Monument Valley is more than just a natural wonder. It's a living, breathing part of the Navajo culture. Driving through Monument Valley is always an experience that leaves me feeling both small and connected to something much larger. It's a place that invites quiet reflection, with its vastness encouraging you to slow down and take in the beauty around you. I remember one evening, camping just outside the valley. The sky was clear, and as the sun set, the buttes were cast in a deep golden light. That night, I lay under the stars, with no city lights to obscure the sky, and I realized just how quiet it was. It's a rare kind of silence, the kind that you don't find in most places. The stars here feel closer, almost as if you could reach up and touch them. That night under the stars is one of the reasons I keep coming back to Monument Valley. The sense of peace and connection you feel in this place is unlike anywhere else. It's a reminder that sometimes all you need is open space and time to reflect. Now, we're coming up to God Mesa, a towering formation central to Navajo spiritual beliefs. God Mesa is more than just a striking geological feature. It's a deeply sacred site for the Navajo, believed to house the spirit of the rain god. Rain here is scarce but precious, and it's considered a gift of life in this desert. The last time I visited, I experienced a rare rainstorm while in the valley. The rain didn't last long, but it was enough to see the desert transform. It's almost magical to witness the landscape drink in every drop, and you can sense how vital rain is to the balance of life here. Watching the rain cascade off the mesa, I thought of how the Navajo have lived in harmony with this environment for centuries, relying on spiritual guidance to survive in such a harsh, beautiful place. The connection between the land and the Navajo people is profound, and it becomes apparent in places like God Mesa, where the boundary between nature and the spirit world feels thin. Driving past it now, you get the sense that this land is alive, with forces greater than ourselves. If Monument Valley looks familiar to you, there's a good reason for that. This valley has served as the backdrop for countless Hollywood westerns, immortalizing it as the quintessential image of the American West. From Stagecoach to The Searchers, Monument Valley became a symbol of the frontier, with its dramatic buttes and wide open spaces serving as the perfect stage for tales of adventure. As a kid, I grew up watching some of those classic westerns. Seeing John Wayne ride through these very landscapes sparked my imagination and planted the seed for my first visit here. But no film can do justice to the real thing. The colors are deeper, the shadows longer, and the scale of these formations more awe-inspiring than anything I had ever imagined. Standing here in the valley, you realize that what Hollywood captured was only a fraction of Monument Valley's true majesty. In addition to westerns, this place has appeared in a wide range of other films, from Forrest Gump to Mission Impossible 2. Its otherworldly beauty continues to inspire filmmakers and travelers alike, leaving a lasting impression on all who visit. Monument Valley didn't always look the way it does today. These towering rock formations are the result of millions of years of geological activity, uplift, erosion, and the relentless force of wind and water. The valley itself was once covered by layers of sedimentary rock, which were slowly eroded away over time, leaving behind these stunning buttes and mesas. The red hues of the rock come from iron oxide, giving the valley its signature color. Standing here, it's hard to imagine the timescales involved. These formations have stood for eons, watching the slow, deliberate change that only nature can bring. There's something humbling about it. While our lives may be short and fast-paced, these formations stand as reminders of the enduring power of the earth. On a personal note, I've always been fascinated by geology. There's a sense of connection you feel when you understand the history behind the land you're standing on. It gives you a deeper appreciation of the landscape, knowing that each layer of rock, each crevice and cliff face, tells the story of the earth itself. Before we close, I want to thank you for joining me on this drive through one of the most beautiful places on earth. Monument Valley is more than just a destination. It's an experience, a place that speaks to the soul and reminds us of the beauty, history, and wonder that exist in the natural world. If you enjoyed this journey, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Have you visited Monument Valley? What was your experience like? I'd love to hear your stories. Until next time, safe travels, and may your own adventures bring you closer to the wonders of the world.